Now, in my previous session, I had explained three stanzas, and in this lecture, I'll talk about the remaining two. So, in this poem, Toru Dutt sings of the grandeur, of the majesty of the tree, and she has also stated that the tree is habitant of birds, bees, monkeys, etc. So one could hear the sweet melodious song of the birds, buzzing of the bees, and the tree. It really brings you close to the nature. She has also mentioned that it is because of her siblings, Aru and Abju. So it is because of their memories that the tree is so dear, so special to her. And one could never forget the happy and carefree phrase of childhood. Everyone remembers that. And so even Toru that says that she has spent best part of her life under its shelter, under the tree's shelter. So now, when her siblings are no more, now when they are dead, the tree becomes the symbol of her childhood memories. And even the tree laments the loss. And Torudat imagines that trees lament will definitely reach to the land of departed soul where Aru and Abju are right now. Okay. So this is your fourth stanza. So and in the last line of third stanza, which was the line, those lines were, "It is the tree's lament, an airy speech that haply to the unknown land may reach." So she talks about trees lament. She talks about how even the tree is lamenting and how this lament will ultimately reach to the land of the departed soul. So, in this last line, she states that maybe this lament would reach to the land of the dead. And she starts the fourth stanza with the same notion of mystery. She says, "Unknown, yet well known to the eye of faith. Ah, I have heard that wail far, far away in distant lands by many a sheltered bay when slumbered in his cave the water wraith and the waves gently kissed the classic shore of France or Italy." Okay. Now, in the second line, wail means to lament. The what slumber. Okay. In the fourth line, word slumbered. Slumbered बोलते हैं to sleep. Okay. Water wraith जो है वो एक water spirit को बोलते हैं. So now she starts the fourth stanza with the same notion of mystery, and there is also philosophical touch, okay, in these lines. Now she says that life after death, now, or the concept of heaven, the concept of hell, and rebirth is yet not known to the world, and there is a mystery behind all these notions, okay. But for the firm believers, for those who believe in life after death, or I would rather say existence after death, now this lament would definitely reach up to them. Okay, so actually, in these lines, Toru Dutt is trying to say that the cries and lament of the tree will be heard by those who are no more in this world. As she says that even I have heard trees lament when I was far, far away in distant lands. And I've already told you that Toru Dutt has spent some part of her life abroad. So okay, so she went abroad for 4 years and she resided in France and England. So while studying there, she used to feel the trees lament, its earnest desire for the children to return back to their native land. Okay, so she says that while in abroad, in serene and calm atmosphere, when the spirit of water slumbered, okay, the water wraith is the spirit of water. When this spirit, when it slumbered, or when it lay asleep, or when the waves, we could also term it as when the waves were not turbulent, when they moved gently on the shore as if they were kissing them. So when there was no disturbance, when there was no turbulence in the water, and when there was peace all around, at such serenity, she heard and she felt the lament of the tree. Okay, if I explain that in Hindi, we could say that जो ट्री का थर्ड स्टैंजा में उसने कहा था कि तोरू दत्त के साथ साथ ये जो ट्री है वो भी मानो शोक मना रहा हो। किस चीज़ का शोक? ऑफ कोर्स अरु एंड अब्जू के ना होने का शोक। तो वो कह रही है कि ये जो लैमेंट है, मैं मानती हूँ कि जो ट्री है, ये जो पेड़ है, वो भी मेरे साथ शोक मना रहा है। और ये मैं इसलिए मानती हूँ क्योंकि जब तोरू दत्त बाहर रहती थी, जब वो फ्रांस में, जब वो इंग्लैंड में रह रही थी, तब उसने खुद ने ये महसूस किया था ट्री का लैमेट। उसे लगता था कि मे बी ये जो ट्री है, कैजुनट ट्री है, वो इन्हें याद कर रहा है। ओके, so, next lines are beneath the moon, when earth lay tranced in a dreamless swoon, and every time the music rose, before mine inner vision rose a form sublime. Thy form, O tree, as in my happy prime, I saw thee in my own loved native clime. Okay, earth lay tranced. Tranced is a sleep like state. Soon is also to lay, to lose your consciousness. I think it's clear. So she says that you could say that even when the earth was in a state of unconsciousness beneath the moon, so when it was in trance, when it was in its sleepy state, at that time she felt the trees lament. Okay, and whenever she felt this lament, she terms it as a sweet music. So she says that whenever I heard this ecstatic music, I remembered the tree in its original sublime form. So, whenever she felt the lament, in her heart rose the sublime, majestic image of the tree as it appeared in her own native environment. Okay, so she didn't forget the tree while living abroad, and she truly remembered it dearly. She said that when in abroad, when there was peace all around, when there was an atmosphere of serenity, at that time she was able to listen, she was able to feel the lament of the tree. And that's why she believes that even now the tree is lamenting the death of Aru and Abju, and because that lament reached to me in the distant land, so probably, or indeed she says that truly this lament will now definitely reach to the land of the dead where Aru and Abju are right now. सो इन लास्ट लाइन्स में वो कहती है कि जब मुझे ट्री का लैमेंट, जब मैं महसूस कर सकती हूँ इतनी दूर होके हुए भी, तो भी मुझे लगता है, तोरुदत्त कहती है कि मुझे लगता है कि जो ट्री का लैमेंट है वो ज़रूर मेरे भाई और मेरी बहन तक ज़रूर पहुँचेगा। So this is the last stanza, fifth one. She says, therefore I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honored tree, beloved of those who now in blessed sleep for a repose, dearer than life to me. Alas, um, uh, alas, were they, mayst thou be numbered when my days are done, with deathless trees like those in Borrowdale. सो फेन का मतलब होता है विलिंगली और हैप्पीली। कॉन्सिक्रेट बोलते हैं डेडिकेट करना। ले बोलते हैं सॉन्ग को। थर्ड लाइन में जो वर्ड है ए वाई ई, उसका मतलब है एवर, फॉर एवर। रिपोज बोलते हैं रेस्ट को या स्लीप को। ओके, अब जो लास्ट वर्ड है बोरोडेल, बोरोडेल जो है लेक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक जगह है जहाँ पर YEW यू ट्रीज हुआ करते थे, और वर्ड्सवर्थ ने यू ट्रीज को इमोर्टलाइज कर दिया था अपनी पोएम के थ्रू। सो इस स्टैंजा में तोरुदत्त कहती है कि मैं चाहती हूँ जो कैजुरिना ट्री है वो भी इमोर्टलाइज हो जाए। मैं चाहती हूँ कि लोग कैजुरिना ट्री को उन ट्रीज की तरह याद करें, उन ट्री जैसे कि वर्ड्सवर्थ ने यू ट्रीज के ऊपर लिखा है, जैसे कि वर्ड्सवर्थ ने यू ट्रीज को इमोर्टलाइज किया है, वैसे ही तोरूदत्त चाहती है कि कैजुरिना ट्री भी इमोर्टलाइज हो जाए। वो चाहती है कि फ्यूचर जनरेशन जो है इस ट्री को हमेशा याद रखे। Okay, so in this last stanza, she expresses her desire to dedicate a song, to compose a poem in its honor, because the tree was not loved by Toru, but also by her siblings, who are resting in peace now. So Toru says that they were more dearer to her. Okay, they were more important for her than even her life, and it is because of their love that Toru has decided to pay a tribute in its honor, and she wishes to immortalize the tree through her words. So she says that I will definitely write a song in praise of the tree so that the tree could be counted in the list of those deathless trees. So she says she knew that soon she will die, but she wanted this tree to be remembered always by future generation, by the upcoming generation. So she wanted the casuarina tree to be included in the list of those deathless trees. Now why they have called deathless trees? Because यू ट्रीज जो हैं वर्ड्सवर्थ ने उन्हें इमॉर्टल बना दिया है उन पर पोएम लिख के। So like Wordsworth has immortalized yew trees in Borrowdale through the power of his words, similarly even Torudat wishes the same, under whose awful branches lingered pale, fear, trembling hope, and death the skeleton, and time the shadow. And though weak the verse that would thy beauty feign, O fain rehearse, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. Now, these lines, fear, trembling hope, and death, the skeleton, these lines have been taken from Wordsworth's poem on yew trees. Okay, so she says that although my song is not that profound, it may be not strong enough, but my words will definitely save the tree from being forgotten. She says, now under the branches of deathless trees, now fear, death, time, they all have no effect. So similarly, she says that her love for the tree has been indeed will definitely save the tree from oblivion's curse. Oblivion means to forget something. That is, the tree will be that the tree is still remembered today whenever one reads the powerful verse. Okay, so she says that even I will compose a poem, even I will write a poem to pay a tribute to this tree so that people won't forget its majesty, its magnificence. And indeed she has written a, I don't think this verse is weak, I think this verse is powerful enough to invoke us. So like the odes of Keats, even this poem is also known for its sensuousness. In this last stanza, so she has expressed her desire to compose a poem in its honor. If I must quote Dr. Iyengar's famous lines, he says, he comments on its on on this poem that in the organization of the poem as a whole, as in a finish of the individual stanzas, in its mastery of phrase and rhythm, in its music of sound and ideas, A Casuarina Tree is a superb piece of writing and gives us a taste of what Toru might have done had not the race of her life so quickly run. I think it's clear to you. That's all for today.